What is up, my friends? So let's talk about Control Z. Control Z is the latest from Netflix, and it is definitely the show that you want to see if you're into shows such as Elite, 13 Reasons Why, and it kind of feels like a sort of blend of both, and it's, I would say, like the right direction for what I want from this show because it doesn't try to take itself seriously at points, and at points it does take itself seriously, but then it comes kind of back. So I would definitely recommend this show if you haven't watched it, so go check it out now. But I'm about to get into a ton of spoilers because we're talking about the ending, so we got to talk about the whole show, right? So if you haven't watched the show, highly recommend it. Go check it out. If you have not watched it, but you're still watching this video, go ahead and watch it. If you don't want to watch this whole show, but want a 10-minute recap of what you missed, you could definitely check it out here. But let's just get right into it. And before we do, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. We talk all you love about Netflix shows, from Elite, 13 Reasons Why, on my blog, all of that. So go check out my other videos, but make sure you subscribe. I'm on the road to 15,000 subscribers. Let's get to it. But let's just get right into the show. So this show has our protagonist, Sofia, wrapped around a hacker hacking her whole school and releasing the darkest secrets that everybody has, which creates a ton of problems, especially when these secrets get way out of hand. So I'm not going to really go into the secrets here because you probably have already watched the show, but I'm just going to get really quick into them. So pretty much one of the big secrets is Raul, one of the kids there, is actually his father, a corrupt politician that has stolen a bunch of money, hence where he gets a lot of his own money. Isabella is actually had been a male prior and then transitioned into a female, and that gets shown. Natalia, one of the students there, actually has stolen much of the money that the school was using towards their end of the year party to buy her own things, such as clothes, all of that. Pablo actually has been cheating on his girlfriend Isabella with a honey bunny, as we're led to believe, but we don't know the name of the true honey bunny yet. Jerry is actually said that he is into gay porn, which causes problem for him because he sort of is always like bringing down people, and not that there's anything wrong with that if he's into that, but to him it's a big deal. So that's pretty much where we're at. So let's get right into exactly what happens here. So Sofia is out there to try and get the hacker, and what ends up happening is one of the students there, Luis, who is severely bullied by Jerry and the other people there, actually gets bullied so much that he's like, you know what, I'm the hacker. And for a while you start to believe he's kind of the hacker because when the hacking and all of that's happening, he sort of is like the main face you see throughout, and you're wondering, I could see why he would do something like this, but no, he's not the hacker. He just did this so he would get expelled and not have to go through the severe bullying anymore. But what ends up happening is that the hacker sets up a fight between Jerry and Luis because Jerry is the main antagonist towards Luis in the bullying and all of that. And Jerry thinks that Luis set all of this up, and he already has some pretty much like bad blood towards him because he believes he's the hacker as well. What ends up happening in this fight is Luis gets into a coma because Jerry severely beats him. We do, however, find out that the hacker's still out there, and everybody does as well. And Sofia and Javier, the new kid, end up trying to sort of find out exactly what is going on. Now, they also get Raul involved, and it sort of becomes a love triangle because both Javier and Raul have a thing for Sofia. And Sofia is pretty much like, I don't give a shit about anything type feel to her character because we find out that her father died and she's just going through a loss. She had to end up going to a psych ward to everything that was going on because of self-harm. And she's sort of like not having like the time for all of this, as she says. She just wants to find out who the hacker is and bring justice. Now, what I did like about this show is it was very Sherlock Holmes type in some things because she is very keen on what she sees and she can pick up little clues here and there that many people might miss out on, and that's why she is pretty much like at the front and center of this investigation to find out who exactly is behind all of this. So the three of them end up finding out that Bruno has something to do with this, Bruno being the head of IT at the school. And the reason they find this out is because Sofia actually gets abducted at Raul's party that he has, and she uncovers the van and everything, and they trace it all back to Bruno. Bruno, however, does end up escaping, and they figure out that he's not really the headmaster of it all. He's sort of a minion of sorts for the real hacker. Raul and Sofia actually have their doubt on Javier now because they find one of the stickers that was in his backpack actually at Bruno's home. And so they're like, were you the one helping them? And so they kind of distance themselves away from him. And then they uncover more secrets about Javier as they dig more into his past and why he transferred schools. They find out that he was a team captain for a soccer team at his prior school. And what ended up happening was they would do these hazing initiations towards new players. Javier was behind it all, and he ended up antagonizing one of the players to jump off into a pool, but he ended up dying because he fell on the floor. So they see this video and they're pretty much like, Javier is not who he seems to be. This kind of explains why Javier was pretty reserved about trying to join the school's soccer team, as well as when Sofia was trying to jump off the roof at Raul's party into the pool, why he was pretty pissed off about that. So now Raul and Sofia are pretty much like, he's the hacker, it has to be him. They do some more investigation and they find a bracelet of Sofia's that she had lost when she got abducted in Javier's locker, and pretty much it's like, it's Javier, right? But no. Again, we've been misled because we find that Raul is actually the hacker when we see the mask under his bed, and we see a flashback episode that tells us why this all happened. So the friends that Raul thought were his friends, Jerry, Pablo, Isabella, everybody, all pretty much like the popular kids sort of, that all got hacked, were at his house one day and they were messing around with his dad's money, jewelry, and really expensive stuff. These photos got leaked by somebody and they were pretty much like blackmailing Raul. They were saying, give me, I believe it was like 10,000 pesos and this won't get out. Of course he obliged, but he found out it was Bruno who did the hacking, and he's like, I need your help to get back at all of them because I found out that they're just with me for my money, don't really give a shit about me, and just are using me. And so he elaborates this whole plan, and he has to sort of expose himself as well a little bit so that there is no, like, it could have been him, because why didn't they expose nothing of him, right? So what ends up happening after that is that Sofia finds out because she finds the mask, and then we see her at the school end of the year party make Raul confess to everything that happened while Javier records it. They play it on the projector at the end of school party. They get into a fight, Raul and Javier, and as he's leaving, he plays everybody's secrets on the projector, and it turns into a Mean Girls type ending with everybody going at each other. Jerry ends up showing up to confront Raul with a gun because he learns that Luis has died in the coma that he put him in, saying this is all of Raul's fault because he wanted to start this stupid game, and now look at everything that happened. What ends up happening is Javier tries to take the gun away from Jerry but ends up getting shot while he's fighting Jerry off, and it's the end. That's how the season ends, with Javier severely shot in the floor, bleeding out, Sofia next to him. The whole school starts to surround everything. Credits. So why did Raul do it? Well, as I said, he did the whole hacking because he felt everybody was fake and he wanted to pretty much get everybody a taste of their own medicine, he says, as he puts it. And he did say that he only felt something real when it came to Sofia and he wanted that to continue. But of course we know that Raul's secret was going to come out one way or another. So the ending leaves a lot of unanswered questions, definitely, as to whether Javier's going to live or die, and what is going to happen now to Raul that everybody knows what he did. Will Jerry go to jail now after he did that? Because, I mean, he was on a thin line already from the beginning with the whole Luis thing, and now this. I don't see how he could be able to get out of this right now. So that's a lot of questions right there. We also want to know what is going on with Sofia's dad, because at the end we learned that he faked his own death and he was still visiting Sofia. That was who that mystery man was at first, who we didn't know why she kept meeting up with him. So we do know he faked his own death, but his wife, Sofia's mother, doesn't know this, and she's moved on and has gotten back with Quintanilla, the school principal, who they were kind of broken up because she didn't want to say yes to his marriage proposal, but now they're back together. But she also doesn't know that her husband's still alive and that Quintanilla actually cheated on her with Susana, one of the school faculty. So a lot of things that will definitely have to be answered when it comes to season 2. But what are your thoughts on what is going on with all of this? Who do you think is going to pay the most for all of this? Because it's going to be interesting what happens with Raul too, because his parents aren't there and everything's just falling apart with his father being a corrupt politician, all of that. And I'm not sure if Jerry is going to end up going to jail or what. I mean, it can be said that he accidentally did it, but he brought the gun and everything, and I'm pretty sure, like Quintanilla said, with his permanent record and all of that, it just doesn't look favorable for him. So yeah, let me know your thoughts below on all of that. I will be making a season 2 theory video coming later this week, so if we can get to 100 plus likes, I'll make that as soon as possible. So let me know if y'all want it by giving this video a thumbs up, making sure you're subscribed as well, turn on the bell for notifications so you know when that video drops. But let me know your theories, all of that. I already have my theories pointed, like bullet point and everything to go. So if you want to get that, make sure you're subscribed, turn on the bell, give this video a thumbs up. But I thought it was a good show. Definitely like the Sherlock Holmes Elite vibe, chemistry I was getting between those two shows, with this show being sort of that baby of those two shows, I would say. But anyways, as always, if you haven't already subscribed, we're on the road to 15,000 subscribers. Check out my other videos that I did on shows like Elite, 13 Reasons Why on my blog. But that's going to do it for me. As always, stay safe, stay positive.